Hello again, Internet. This, as you'll have seen in our short introduction video, is my £850 Volkswagen Lupo. So, in this video we're just going to go a little run through what the car is, what's been done to it already, and what the plans are in future moving forward with it. Okay, so, the first thing that was done to this car after I bought it was one of the main issues was this window did not work. It's an electric window, just did not go up or down, it was stuck all the way up. And the most common thing on these Lupos for that is the window regulator itself, which is basically the frame that houses the motor and brings the window up and down with the guides. And now, as you can see, that's all working absolutely fine, as it should do. And that costs around £30. You will see a price breakdown at some point with these cars. And that was fix number one. The second thing that I did with this car is just a general service. The biggest issue, and the reason I got this car so cheap, was the automatic gearbox wasn't really happy. So the car was for sale for £1,000, and when I showed up, one of the things that was mentioned in the advert, wasn't quite as mentioned as it should be, was the gearbox had an issue where at low speeds and when pulling away or just coming off of mini roundabouts, the torque converter, which is basically the automatics equivalent of a clutch, would just jump and you wouldn't have any power and the revs would go up and it wouldn't move, and then it would sort itself out after a second or so. It would also have a slight whine and just generally not be a very happy gearbox. So I've carried out a gearbox service, which was an oil filter in the gearbox under the sump and a full oil change. Now on these gearboxes, they require a certain amount of oil taking out, new stuff putting in, then more oil taking out, more in, more out, more in, which basically helps to flush the whole system. I haven't done that, I've just slapped some fluid in. There wasn't a lot of fluid in there to begin with, and it wasn't very good condition fluid. It looked a bit like a chocolate yazoo. So that's all sorted now. There was also a full engine service of oil, filter. We had spark plugs and air filter, which is just in here. A bit of a clean up as the plugs were quite oily. They'd never really been changed in the last few years. So all of that's been sorted and it has started to run considerably better since then. Okay, so as we said in the introduction video, this is the 1.416 valve used in a lot of Volkswagen products. You'll find it in Mark IV Golf, 6N Polos, etc, etc. And this one in particular is a pretty solid engine. It's 75 horsepower, reasonable torque. However, none of that matters as it is all being lost in that 4-speed automatic. The difference in 0 to 60 times between a manual and an auto on these cars is incredible. So it's one of the engines of all time, really. Okay, so again, as we said in the intro, the paintwork on this car is appalling. This flash red that Volkswagen used during the time just hasn't held up very well at all. You'll see all of this horrific throughout a lot of the car, particularly on the bonnet and the rear bumper is the worst point. There's just lots of peely spots. It doesn't help that the car is filthy. I have been dailying this now, but it carries on all on the front bumper with all the stone chips, this front panel as well. It's all pretty bad. However, that can be solved. Okay, so again, as we said in the intro video, the paintwork on this car really has not held up very well at all. This flash red that Volkswagen used at the time, as you can see, has all just flashed away. On this front panel, all the stone chips on the bumper, the bonnet in particular is terrible. You've got all of these points all the way across where there's just no lacquer left, basically. But that can, however, be saved. So again, as you can see, the paintwork is just horrific everywhere. There's even paint missing and it's all nasty, horrible and pink. However, we do have the pop-out rear windows, which are quite a nice option to have on these Lupos. Again, as we mentioned, these scrapyard steel wheels because the previous owner buckled one of the alloys. And again, the paintwork's not the best. There's just lacquer peel and little sections everywhere. It would really help if I cleaned it, but I've been lazy. The other things that I've done are just new wipers and new number plates all around, just to make it look a little bit less like a scrapyard car. Okay, so the biggest and best point of this car, the most redeeming factor, is the interior, which despite being dirty, because I'm a grubby bastard, is actually in really good condition. Obviously a non-standard head unit, but the heated seats still work, the air conditioning still works, the electric windows and the electric sunroof all operate exactly as they should. No leaks, no rattles, all in pretty good shape. The leather's holding up pretty well, apart from just cracking. And again, it's all just a really nice place to be. Also, in future, be some lowering springs for this car, depending on how I feel about the fitment with whatever new wheels I may pick up. And mainly paintwork, because that is just the worst part of this car. We'll do a sort of DIY at home video talking about how to just do an easy spray paint. We'll maybe just do the bonnet and the rear bumper, as they are the worst effects. And then this car can just live on as my daily driver for a while. So that is just a little look around this cheap shit box, and you will see a couple of future videos on it. Maybe we'll do some cool stuff, but you won't find that out unless you don't subscribe, and see you next time. Bye bye. I got distracted by the cat. Hello cat. There's a cat there.
There's actually a cat. Hey cat. Oh, it's coming. Okay, well we're now.
He's a Lupo fan.
We are now at a nature documentary.
And here we see the lovely feline in his natural habitat. He's not a David Attenborough fan.
No, he's fucked off.
Sorry, is that the Mufasa of pigeons on your roof? Look at that motherfucker's neck.
He is not a wham neck.
That's the Highlander of pigeons. There can be only one. Oh, he's gone now. Okay. Honestly, what am I not paying you for?
Sex.
Okay, fair.
3. Okay. Thought I had to fart then, but I don't. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Cat! Cat! Cat!
Where? Oh yeah. Cat.
Anyway.
Bear with. Okay, ready when you are, mate. 3, 2, 1, go.
He keeps forgetting the 3, 2, 1. So, with this car, I know it's a complete underdog compared to Kieran's MG, because that is an actual hot hatchback. It's not in nearly as bad condition as this. However, there is still some good fun to be had with this car. It is just a feisty little underdog, and I hope you will stay tuned and see what we get up to with it.